Thank you very much. Highly appreciated.
So welcome back to Ghana too.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Mindset Revolution, this seminal book that is making waves.
Yeah.
First of all, what is mindset? Why? What is mindset? How do I develop a mindset? And why are we now needing a revolution?
That is too many questions at a time. Let's take it slowly, man.
Okay, one by one.
Let's take it one by one.
What is mindset?
What is mindset? So, as a lecturer, there's one thing I've learned over the years. Almost a decade as a lecturer, I like to break things for my students to understand. Make complex issues very simple.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Mindset Revolution book was not written from the scientific point of view, but from the common sense approach.
Okay.
Such that any person that takes the book will relate with it. Now, what is mindset? Mindset comes from two words, and that is mind and set.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me use a scenario to explain. Have you seen the analog radio?
Mm-hmm.
The analog radio.
Yeah. You tune.
You need to tune it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Z is 91.1.
101.9.
91?
101.9.
101.9, yes. So if I tune it to 101.8, what do I hear? Okay.
Or another station.
Or another station, yes. So it means that you've missed the plot, right?
Of course.
And the noise that it makes, it signifies something that I'm going to explain. But the moment you tune it to 101.9,
mm-hmm.
you get clarity.
Okay.
It means that there is a certain frequency that Z operates that if you don't get it right,
you won't get Z.
Z will be non-existent. It's the same with our mind. The question is, how have you set your mind to operate?
Mm.
If you don't set your mind at the right frequency, because success is a frequency, failure is a frequency. So if you don't set it right, even to be average is a frequency. So if you don't set your mind on the right frequency, your mind will be full of
static.
and what does it mean? It means that there's no clarity of understanding. You don't have a clear vision. You don't have a purpose. Your mind is set on an autopilot of confusion. There is so much that is happening in your mind that defines that you are going nowhere. Let's move to the next question.
So now, revolution. Why do we need to do a revolution? What revolution means what? 360, 10 around?
So, for example, in politics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody will be sitting somewhere and he says, why are these people mismanaging our resources?
Okay.
Why are these people not taking us to where we belong? So somebody just come to power, take over everything. Sometimes, even if it happens, it has to kill people to take over power, they do it. Right? In the mind, if you want to succeed, you need a revolution. And what revolution do you need? You need a revolution where positivity drives, scatter, and destroy negativity in the mind. And for you to succeed, you don't need to pamper anything in your mind. You just need a revolution. So let me go further. Mm-hmm. So in the book, The Mindset Revolution, I talked about the democracy and autocracy of the mind.
Okay.
Right? Now, in normal terms in politics, democracy means today one party is in power, mm-hmm. the next moment another party is in power.
You have voted in and out.
Yes, that is democracy in the political sphere. In the mind, democracy means today you think positive, the next moment you think negative.
Mm.
So what it means is that you are practicing democracy in the mind. You are tolerating positivity at a point and negativity at a point.
Okay.
So a typical example is somebody that goes to church on Sunday, being very positive.
Things will be well.
Things will be well.
God will do it.
On Monday, life is tough. Too much challenges. The system is not working. The economy is down. Money then you start thinking negativity. So it means that that person is practicing democracy in the mind.
Okay.
But for you to succeed in politics, they have taught us that democracy is good. That is why we have accepted it. I don't want to go into tangent whether it's good or not.
Okay.
But that's what we are practicing. But in the mind, if you practice democracy, you have already failed. What you need to succeed in the mind is autocracy. And autocracy is to develop a mindset where positivity kills negativity to near death. I didn't say death because negativity can never be killed. It will at any point in time come and cross your mind.
Okay.
But if you have grown to a certain level, when it crosses the mind, it knows that it still doesn't have a way into your mind because your subconscious is built with too much positivity that negativity cannot thrive. So you need autocracy in the mind.
Mr. Oscar Bimpo, the mindset revolutionist.
Mr. Harm, I'm
My
here for
boss,
you.
I was.
I'm here for you.
So these limiting beliefs that hold us back, the negative ones that we allow in, where are they coming from, and how do I identify that is holding me back?
So, you see,
where did the negative come from? The democracy that I'm allowing, negative and positive, where did the negative come from?
so the negative, we built it ourselves through our beliefs, the people we surround ourselves with. It's also both ways with the positivities, right? The people we surround ourselves, the community we live in, the country we find ourselves in, the continent, and you yourself, your beliefs. It shapes you in one way or the other.
What have you noticed as being a key difference between you being out there, occasionally you come, in fact, you come regularly to Ghana. What are the different mindsets on both sides of this, whether it's the Pacific or the Atlantic? Because I see you go, I see you come back.
Yeah.
What have you noticed about the kind of beliefs that these two people hold?
That is where I come from and here.
And here, Ghana.
Okay. So I think one of the things those people have done so well, that is up there abroad, what they've done so well, is that, you know, human beings don't change. They don't just sit down and change.
Okay.
Every human being wants a leeway.
Okay.
So the white people are not better than us. Even I can confidently tell you they are worse. But what have they done so well? What they've done so well is that they put systems in place that checks your mindset.
Give me an example.
So the typical example is that when I'm driving on the streets of London,
Okay.
and it's 30 miles per hour, and I go 33, and camera captures me, there's no police on the road. So the camera is a system that is controlling my mindset, my beliefs, and everything.
If there was a policeman on the road, you can beg him, like you do here, and attempt to put something in his hand.
This one, the camera captures you.
You can't go and beg anybody.
Maximum of 3 days, 4 days, you got a letter in a post. £65. If you don't pay it within 2 weeks, it goes to 110. It increases if you don't pay it on time, right? So that system has really, is checking the mindset of people. So imagine that in a day, camera captures you 3 times in a day. Nobody will tell you that if it is 30, go 25. So for them, they have used systems, they have put systems in place that checks the people. Ours, we don't have systems in place. So for example, in a corporate organization, right? Anybody comes to work late. Why? Because they just come in the right time in and time out. So even if they are late, they can change the time, right?
Okay.
But if it is clock in, clock out, it's a system that is checking you. So in a business, even if you don't have the right mindset, when it comes to time, you'll be forced to come on time because every 30 minutes they are deducting money. So imagine the whole month, if they are deducting money, sometimes it can go up to £200 deducted from your salary. Nobody will tell you to come to work on time. So they are using systems to check the mindset of the people. So the people over there, if you go to London now and there is so much road ahead with no car, but people are still driving slowly, it means that there's a system that is checking them.
Systems
in place.
Okay, interesting. We are told that there are two kinds of mindset. There is the fixed mindset and there is a growth mindset. Could you elaborate a bit on these two for us?
So, if they say something is fixed, it doesn't grow, right? You know, when I'm doing training for organizations, there is an example I give that the most dangerous thing that anybody can say in an organization is that this is the way we've always done it. That is fixed.
This is the way we've always done it.
So he will tell you, don't touch this chair. This chair has been here the last 20 years. Why do you want to change it? That is fixed. It's a fixed mindset. It doesn't give room for innovation. It doesn't give room for risk. It doesn't give room for mistakes. Because those things is what brings growth.
The risk, the innovation are what bring growth.
Yes. They say madness is to continue to do the same thing expecting different results. That is madness. So in corporate organization, a lot of people are mad because they've done the same thing expecting different results.
Insanity of the mind.
Insanity of the mind.
It's not a guy walking around naked.
No.
But you doing the same thing and expecting different results.
You are mad. Because if you want different results, then you have to do different things. You have to get into new territories.
Okay.
If you don't get into new territories, you don't get new results. So if you continue to do what you do, you continue to experience the same results.
So to get new results, do new things.
Do new things.
Mr. Oscar Bimpo. So the growth mindset would then be the opposite of the fixed mindset.
Yes.
What are the characteristics of the growth mindset?
So let me give you a typical example of a growth mindset. And let's use Usain Bolt as a case study.
Okay.
Usain Bolt's first international competition was in Athens 2004.
Okay.
That time he has really destroyed the Jamaican market.
He's broken all the records.
Broken all the records over there. So there was a higher expectation in Athens 2004.
Okay.
Now, in the race, the 200 meters race, he was fifth. Not even in the first three.
Wow.
But this is a guy that was so much expectation and was not even in the first three. Now, after Athens 2004, he had two options to say to himself that I thought this was easy, but this is way more complicated. Wow. I'm going to go next 4 years and just go and try again. But the guy said, I'm going to come back and be the fastest person on earth.
Okay.
So he grew from fifth to first until he retired. That is growth.
It's all in the mind.
It's all in the mind.
Interesting.
The mind is the powerful tool that has given to us for us to succeed. Nothing else, nothing more.
How can adopting this your positive mindset, how would it influence my ability to stay resilient in the face of challenges? Because if I'm expected to be first and I came and I'm fit and I'm training and I'm struggling and I'm getting tired and all that, how is your positive mindset call? How is it going to help me?
So you see, positive mental attitude does not equate to success.
Oh, wow.
Positive mental attitude with action equates to success.
Okay.
So some people have got positive mental attitude, but they don't add action. Some add action and along the way they give up. Those who thrive are the ones that fight the battle until they succeed.
Okay.
And you see, the battle is not on the outside. The battle is on the inside. What do you mean by the battle is on the inside? The battles we fight happens in the mind. Some people are already defeated before they go out there. Do you know in a football match, some people lose the match in the dressing room before they go on the pitch? Mm-hmm. Why? Because they are going to play a big team. Let's imagine Pofakwa probably is going to play Chelsea. I can bet you they can lose the fight in the dressing room before they go out there. Because in their minds, they think they don't have a chance. And the moment you think it cannot be done, so be it. Should I repeat it? The moment you think it cannot be done, so be it.
Okay.
You know, let me make this statement, yeah? You were talking about how this positivity can help you, yeah? Mm-hmm. So, positivity can make you do things better than negativity. So we can say that a positive mental attitude is a strong foundation for success.
Okay.
When you are building it on negativity, it's a weak foundation that any storm can blow you away. That is why a lot of people, somebody will start something today, and tomorrow he gives up, go and start another one, then he gives up, thinking that the next one is going to be easy. Do you know why they give up? Because that goal you have set comes with a lot of challenges.
Okay.
And because the mind doesn't have a strong foundation and is so weak, the moment the challenges comes, it breaks you down.
Okay. So it's all in the mind.
If you don't build the mind, don't start. If you are listening to me and you have got pen and paper, write this one down. Work on your mind before you work on your vision.
Work on your mind before you work on your vision.
A lot of people work on their vision and not their mind.
So when they begin to initiate the vision and they find difficulties, they give up.
They chicken out.
They chicken out. Henry Ford said, whether you think you are, whether you think you can or you think you can't,
you are right.
You are right.
It's very simple. And you see, the moment you think
you can,
your mind opens up for solution.
Okay.
The moment you think you cannot, your mind closes.
Interesting.
So when the mind opens, it starts chattering a path for solution. There is something they call servo mechanism, right?
Okay.
And servo mechanism is when you task your mind starts opening up for solutions. So in my corporate trainings, I will hide, let's say, 20 CDs in a corner, and I will tell them to go and find it. Some don't find it because they think the money is too small.
Okay.
Some just give up because they were trying to find it. They don't know where it is. But some fight, and at the end of the day, they find it. The moment you open your mind for solutions, the mind is tasked and the mind starts wandering for answers.
Okay.
The moment you think that you cannot find the money, the mind closes. I did this training in a bank, and the staff, almost all of them were saying the money is too small. The mind is already closed. You are sitting in the bank waiting for that market woman to come and give you 10 cedis a day. So if I'm telling you that I've hidden 10 cedis here and you think the money is so small, don't you think you translate onto the customer? Because the customer is wasting your time for just bringing 10 cedis.
The mind is closed.
The mind is closed. But imagine you have got the customer that's giving 10 cedis and you have got 1 million of them giving you 10 cedis. How much is it in a day? That is 10 million Ghana cedis. That's the bigger picture. But because we don't open the mind for opportunities, the mind closes. And that is where we start settling at a particular level in our lives where we don't grow. We get fixated at that level. And that is what we call the comfort zone.
Frank Zappa was one of my favorite musicians. He said, the mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work unless it is open.
Okay, yes, it's true. It's true. It looks like you have seen my slides before. Because in my training programs, I have got a picture of army guys that are jumping from the plane. Now, for you to jump, so let me make it this way. You can, the parachute will always snap out if you jump.
Okay.
But the question is that, what if the parachute does not snap out? So the people that jump and the people that don't jump, there are two things playing in their minds. Those that don't jump are thinking, what if the parachute does not snap out? Now, those who jump, they are thinking, what if it snaps out?
Okay.
So those who don't jump, because they are thinking that it will not snap out, they will forever stay there and they will never get to that destination that those that are saying, what if it snaps out? But you see, those that jump is between life and death. Very risky.
Exactly.
But then, when they succeed, that is what separates the failures from the successful ones. Because the successful ones, they jumped and they made it.
You don't see us jumping in this country?
We don't. A few people does.
Ha!
A few people does.
You have been... You believe that the average Ghanaian is risk averse.
Yes.
You grew up here. You went
I know.
to St. Augustine.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you believe our upbringing does to us?
So I think one of the things our upbringing does to us is, shut up. You're a child. What do you know?
But you're a child. You should shut up.
Yes, but you know, those things over time brings our spirit down, so we cannot come out of our shell, right? You know, these days times are changing, right?
Okay.
The way we speak to our children in Ghana is different from how our parents spoke to us.
Okay.
Many people in Ghana they've never had a conversation with their dad. They only have conversation probably when they are going to school or something. Because there was that gap of relationship.
Okay.
So, for so many people, their parents were not even mentors to them. But these days, it's changing.
Yeah.
It's changing.
I think my boy is my friend.
Yes.
Yeah, we chat.
Of course. And we can have deeper conversations.
Yeah, he doesn't support the team I support.
That's it.
He has his own team.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
So I think those things at our upbringing. Then secondly, when we were growing up, we didn't see a lot of mentors in our communities.
Okay.
The first time I decided that I was going to go to university is when a guy who was a bit elder than me went to tech. And I'm like, wow, it's possible, man. This guy, we are just around in this area, and this guy now is at tech. I'm like, I will also go to university, man.
It was a big deal for you.
It was a big deal because we didn't have much mentors in the community that have been to university.
Okay.
So that guy changed the whole narrative, and that guy really gave me that vim that it can be done.
It is possible.
And I ran with it. The rest is history. You know?
When you entered, I was doing my segment on customer service and experience, and I was talking about the need for self-awareness.
Yes.
I was talking about emotional awareness and social awareness. Self-awareness, what role does it play in this whole mindset revolution?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question, Mr. Ham. Self-awareness, when we translate it into the mind, before you can change your mindset, you need to be self-aware of the thoughts that are really keeping you at that level, that limiting beliefs.
Wait, you don't think we think about what we think about?
Come again?
You don't think we think about what we think about? You think we just, the thoughts just run. We don't critically analyze what we are thinking about.
No, so let me tell you this. So our thoughts, right, over time becomes our words.
Of course.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Now, our words over time becomes habitual. Mm-hmm. So when it becomes habitual, you start saying things on autopilot without
thinking about what you're thinking.
So let me give you two typical examples in Ghana here.
Please do.
In Ghana, when you meet 10 people, you are more likely about 8 of them saying 2 things. That is a national anthem. Charlie, how be things?
The country hard.
The country hard. We are managing.
Yeah, we survive.
Right?
We survive.
Charlie, how be things? Charlie, it's not easy. Now let me come in here. You see, there is not easy. They have said it over and over and over again. That have formed a pattern in the mind that has become so habitual that they say it without thinking. Autopilot. But you see, you cannot consistently say it's not easy and you attract easy things.
So our minds are creating our worlds.
Everything. You see, in my trainings, I tell people that this is not your usual corporate training. So don't come and sit under this training thinking that the company has brought you as one of the usual trainings. Because by the time I'm done with you in 2 or 3 days, you yourself will realize that you have not done well with your life.
That's what I mean by you rearrange the furniture in their mind.
And that will reflect on the corporate. You know, so the self-awareness you are talking about, you need to be conscious about the things that are keeping you at that level.
Okay.
You know, in a day, so let me talk about the conscious and the subconscious mind, right?
Please do.
Now, the conscious mind is your thinking mind, right? Mm-hmm. And in a day, 5% in a day, you are in a conscious state.
Okay.
Now, your conscious state is the best state for you to be. That is where you can really drive success because it's about your wishes and your desires.
Okay.
But 95% of the day, we are playing the programming, which is the subconscious. That is the things we have really experienced from the day we are born till today. So, Mr. Ham, if those things are negative, you are alive, but technically you are dead.
That's why we are here. To help resurrect some minds.
So, you need to be self-aware of the things in the subconscious mind that is causing you to move on a negative tangent or not to be productive before you can change it. Okay. So, for example, I bite my fingers. You could say that my fingers now are growing. Why? I have made a conscious effort.
I won't bite again.
I'm not biting. So when I bring it into my mouth, I just pull it back.
Okay. That's the mind telling you to stop the negative.
Yes. But you see, if you tolerate it, right, it becomes engraved like the way we have engraved a design on a steel.
Okay.
That it will reach a time you cannot wipe it off. So let me tell you why I wrote my book. Mm-hmm. And that is going to also substantiate what we are discussing. I had my first phone in 1999 when man traveled to the States.
Okay. First phone?
Phone, mobile phone.
Okay.
Right.
What brand was it?
Nokia 3310. You know those times we put the phone in our pocket on the left. We didn't put the phone in the trouser because you have to let people see that you have a phone.
Okay.
Right? That phone, at a point, it fell down and the screen cracked.
Okay.
Since 1999 till 2017, almost every phone I ever had
The screen cracks.
The screen cracked at the point. It doesn't matter whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 9
Eventually,
months.
your phone screen will crack.
Yes. It reached a time I thought my village people were following
Yeah,
me.
spiritual. Your village witches only destroy phones.
So what happened was 2017, I had a nice Samsung. I mean,
Okay.
I was getting off the bus in London. I don't know what happened. It fell from my pocket. You know that the one that the screen cracked to the extent that like the you know there's that ink, right?
Yeah.
This one, it has blasted on the screen. It's like this one, it cannot be repaired. So that is why I started delving into the things of the mind.
Okay.
And per my research, my videos I watched, the things I read, one thing came out. And that one thing that came out is you need to start thinking that your phones are not designed to be cracked.
So, in effect, that first incident laid the groundworks for all your future phones cracking because your mind, in one way or the other, was expecting the phones to crack.
So, as the first one cracked, the second one cracked, the third one cracked, the fourth one, it became a stronghold.
So it wasn't spiritual.
No.
You didn't need to go to
No.
Akira Mountains.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to.
You won't go to Achimota
You see,
Forest and
when
cast.
it comes to the things of the mind, right? I've never even seen a prophet that says your mindset is wrong. I have to pray for you to have a good mindset. I haven't heard it before. It's a conscious effort of a self-discovery for you to work on your mind. So because I was consistently cracking my phone, it formed a pattern that became a stronghold in my mind that was more powerful than me fighting it in the rivers.
You didn't need egg and whatever to go and stand and cast.
No. Since 2017 to date, none of my phones have cracked. Because that is why I said the battle is in the mind.
Okay.
So once I have won the battle in the mind,
the physical will follow.
Oh, it will follow.
Can visualization and goal setting techniques help in aligning our mindset with our purpose? If so, how? Visualization.
So you're talking about imagination.
Exactly.
Imagination is very powerful. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have the right mindset, it's not going to work for you.
Okay.
So imagination is, this is where you are, and this is where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
That is imagination, right?
Exactly.
They say logic will take you from A to B, but imagination will take you everywhere. So let me tell you my imaginative power that I have really
you've experienced, you've used.
I've pictured it. I've pictured it in my mind. That is where I want to sit.
Okay.
Right? So my imagination is that I want to get to a stage where if you want Oscar Bimpo to come and speak or to train in 2024, you have to wait till 2025.
Because you are booked.
I'm booked.
Okay.
That is my imaginative power. But as we sit here, the logic is what is happening. That I'm booked here and there, but it's not fully booked. That is logic. But my imagination, that is where I want to get to. So if you don't have imagination, it means that you don't know where you are going.
In the first place.
So the goals that you set for yourself will not work. Because you don't have where your imagination is taking you
the
to.
The picture must go with the plan.
That's it.
You think we don't do that a lot? As people.
Do we have imagination? Now let me ask you this question. How many businesses in Ghana crosses the border of Ghana?
Few. Very few.
Very few.
I can count them on my fingers.
Does it mean, do we have imagination? Because if you've got imagination, then that is why you will sit down and say that me, where my business sits, I'm not even going the whole of Africa, but I will capture West Africa. So our imaginative power is within the confines of Ghana, not beyond, and that is a limitation.
Okay. Okay.
We know that it's not everybody that can go beyond the borders of Ghana, but there are so many businesses that can go beyond the borders of Ghana.
But they are not thinking like that. They are not thinking like
no.
Okay.
They have created a boundary beyond which they don't want to what? Oh my God.
Mr. Oscar Bimpon.
Oh my God.
Too much. Yeah. I mean, what practical steps can one take to continuously nurture and evolve their mindset to stay aligned with their goals? What should I do? I've listened to Mr. Oscar Bimpon on ZFM this morning. I'm in my shop or I'm driving or I'm somewhere. And I'm like, okay, he's making a lot of sense. Practically, what are the steps that I should begin to take from now so that I align my mind with the goals I want I've set in life?
The first thing is to start working on your mind.
Okay.
I said earlier, work on your mind before you work on your vision.
Okay.
Build a strong, powerful mindset.
How do I do that? I mean,
Okay.
I want to. How do I do
Okay.
that?
Okay. So the first step is you.
Okay.
You must make that first step that I am going to change the narrative in my mind. So first, you need to sit down and assess some of the things you do that you think is hindering your productivity and growth.
Self-evaluation.
Self-evaluation.
Okay.
You write it down. The first day you not get all of them, but as you continue to think about it, you will start identifying them one after the other, one after the other. Now, once you have captured them in a way, then you start working on them. Today I was here 8:20, a meeting that starts 9 o'clock. I came down.
You came 40 minutes before time.
40 minutes before time. I came down, they took me to a room, gave me coffee. I was just reading around stuff, so relaxed before I entered. Why? Because over time, I have gone over the Ghanaian time.
You're no more Ghanaian.
So let me give you a typical example. Let me give you a typical example. My first time in London, I had a job, right?
Okay.
At St. Paul's. Because I didn't know the train system, I was late for 11 minutes. When I arrived, the supervisor said he can't take me. I was 11 minutes late. Time has cost me so much. From that day, I started respecting time. Right?
If it were to be in Ghana, you would have begged the man.
But
like,
even
Charlie,
if I was 1 hour late, they could have still accepted me. But then we are talking about self-evaluation, right?
Okay.
So the self-evaluation, after you have evaluated yourself, you start working on those things. Now, working on it should be a conscious effort. If you don't stay in a conscious state, you cannot change it.
Okay.
Because your conscious state is your wishes and your desires, what you want to achieve. Mm-hmm. There is a book titled The Honeymoon Effect. Okay. I don't want to talk about the book maybe because of our time. Mm-hmm. But for you to succeed, you must stay in the conscious state. That is the only way you can succeed. But to stay in a conscious state is also very difficult because in a day, we only stay in a conscious state about 5%. 95% is the programming in our subconscious mind that have been engraved, that is playing every day. So how do you succeed? So it's not everybody that you can even change their mindset. Let's make that one clear.
Oh, so those listening to us, not everybody.
No.
It's not a case.
Yesterday, I did training for Tutachi Ghana.
Mm-hmm. The oil guys.
Yes.
Car oil.
Yes.
Engine oil guys.
And when I finished, I told them that now you think your mindset is changed. But then when you go back immediately into the community, you meet your friends, you can come back to factory settings. Because the programming, that is the subconscious, will come back because it's more powerful than the conscious state.
We have about 10 minutes to the top of the hour, meaning that this conversation just about 5 minutes to go, 6 minutes thereabout. How does surrounding oneself with like-minded and positive individuals influence the process of mindset transformation?
They say if all your friends do drugs and they are 10, you are the potential 11th person.
You go do.
You are potential 11th person to do drugs. I didn't say you do, but potentially there's the likelihood that you will join them. So the people you surround yourself with are very critical to your success in life.
So if I'm listening to you this morning and I realize I've done self-evaluation, I've realized also that I'm surrounded by the wrong people, what are you telling me to do?
What I'm telling you,
I should stop talking to my friends.
Sometimes, if you can't change them, you walk away because they will change you. The either side works.
But they will think I'm too known.
It doesn't matter. Life is too short for you to hang around where there is no productivity.
What are you saying?
I'm having deep conversation here. Because we don't have time.
Okay.
We don't. I'm not saying walk away, but you should find a way to limit
their influence on you.
Because I was telling somebody that every time you sit with people that don't talk about business, they don't talk about opportunities. You've been with them for the last 10 years. Where do you think you are going? I've been in spaces where I've had conversations with people, and when I leave the room, I just feel I'm not doing well with my life.
Because they challenged you.
They challenge you. And those are the people you need in life. Those that stretches your mind. Those that look, you are earning 1,000 Ghana, 2,000 Ghana cedis a month, but you don't have a friend who earns 50,000 a month. If you have got a friend who earns 50,000 a month and you are always working with that guy will stretch you for you to also believe that you can get there.
That's the power of the people we spend our time with.
Yes.
So if my friends are not doing double and triple figures, I should look for friends who are doing.
No, fine. You see, don't stay in the same domain, because if all your friends are earning 1,000, you think our life revolves around 1,000 Ghana cedis. Sometimes you need to get friends who are earning 100,000 a month.
Okay. If I don't know them physically, what do I do?
These days, you don't need to even know them physically. I've got so many mentors on social media now that I haven't even met them, but they have influenced my life. I follow Bob Proctor, I follow Robert Kiyosaki, I follow Les Brown, they are in my space. One day, somebody told me I post so much. I said, Robert Kiyosaki is a millionaire. He posts like 5 to 7 times a day. So what do you mean by I post so much?
Interesting. They said your average salary will be the average of the 5 or so people you surround yourself with.
Definitely. Because you think alike.
Mr. Oscar Bimpon. Okay. I mean, I've just been signaled that I have just one more question I can ask. So I'm going to ask that. That will be my final question, and I'm done. It's been an interesting discussion. I'm sure you should come back. What role has setbacks and failures played in helping shape the kind of mindsets that you have? And how can it help our listeners?
That is me personally, right?
Yes.
Oh. I think it will reach a time I'm going to write a book about my story.
Okay.
I have encountered so many challenges. But one day I was telling a friend that people don't call me. He said people think you are okay because they think your mindset is...
you are the mindset revolutionist.
Yes, you understand. But we've really struggled. We've really struggled to get here. And one of the things I've learned is that failure is not the end of the journey.
Okay.
Failure is part of the journey.
Okay.
So, in your success journey, at a point you fail and fail and fail. Now, this is what happens. Some people, when they fail, they settle at where they failed. Some people, when they fail, they gather the pieces and start all over again.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you about a very good friend of mine who, during COVID, this guy has built a business that is like £100 million business, but the guy lost everything during COVID.
Wow.
Now, this guy has got only two options. That is why I always tell people, don't focus on resources, focus on building the mind. Because the guy sought resources and he got it. I'm talking about £100 million business. That is resources right there, isn't it?
Yes.
But he got it. This is a guy you can speak to him today. The next day he's in New York on a chartered flight. Yeah, I'm talking about the level.
Yeah.
Right?
That's rich.
Yes. But this guy has lost everything. So now that he has lost everything, it means that the resources he seeked on the outside is no more. So how does this guy come back to where he belongs? He can come back to where he belongs when the mindset is so strong. Otherwise, this guy is done. So failure can destroy you and keep you at a level where you fail if you don't have the right mindset. If you have got the right mindset, like my guy who has lost everything, that you give the person some few years, you see that the person will start coming up. I made a statement on a TV station, and I'm going to make it again. It was controversial, so much negativity about that statement, but I'm going to make it on Z. And that is, you don't need money to make money, but the right mindset.
You don't need money to make money,
but the right mindset. Because if you got the right mindset, like my guy who have lost everything, he can only come back when he has the right mindset, because the resources he seeked, he has lost it.
Mr. Oscar Bimpon, thank you very much for coming through today. I'm sure we'll bring you back. It's always an exciting experience. It's 3 minutes to the top of the hour. What else can I say? The Mindset Revolutionist was in the studios. Oscar Bimpon. His book is Mindset Revolution, Re-engineering Your Mind from Prison to Purpose. Listeners, thank you so much. Final words, Mr. Bimpon.
Yes, final words. So final words is that it's possible.
Hey.
It's very possible. Don't look at what you see. Look at what you can do. Because what you see might frighten you, and everybody is seeing that, and they are all on the same tangent that it cannot be done. But what you do is what will make a difference. My next book is coming out, Purposeful Mindset. We are having a book launch on the 9th of November. It's going to be powerful. Come and join us. Let's move ourselves and Ghana to the next level.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So, listeners, all too soon. Time is up. It's 2 minutes to the top of the hour. Coming up is the news at 10 a.m. And right after that, NYA, the brand, Mid-Morning's Finest, comes your way with the brighter side. My name is Jerry Ham. And as always, I leave you one thought and one thought alone.